Welcome, guys. Being our comedy.
Welcome. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Wel-
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Welcome back.
For those of you just joining, that's how we start every podcast. Hardy's got a story for everyone.
We don't know if we've never started.
We did
We've
some
never
tunes.
started
We did
like
some
that.
tunes every now and then.
Yeah.
We got to release episode 60, whatever.
Oh, did we not
68.
release that?
We haven't released it. It was
Oh. That one.
Schwartz and Choi.
Oh, yeah. But you put out the last one.
The last one's
Yeah,
put
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There are
the-
episodes
the
put
s-
out.
The secret. But we haven't, It's been a few weeks since the
Do you think we're better when we skip weeks or worse? A little worse, huh? Listeners, we'll have a poll in the
Paul.
show
I
notes.
think we're probably incrementally getting better every time.
Yeah.
Incrementally.
All right.
We kind of
You got to tell me about this Didge grab. I've got a story, and
Yeah.
we can go either way.
mine's like we talked about earlier is a gentleman's Didge grab.
I can't wait to hear what this gentleman's Didge grab is.
But you know what I'm kind of saying though, right? With the gentleman.
There was no malice. It was just very proper. And there's no doubt about the consensualness
Yes.
of the Didge grab.
Yes. And that's a good way to
It was painfully obvious that a Didge grab should have happened.
at that point, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
We had been talking for something like 40, minutes to 50 minutes.
So you guys, where are you?
It was so I was at the Smith,
The bar?
the restaurant bar. Do you know the restaurant on the
yeah.
upper? There's a couple of them in the city. There's one at 28th and
Yeah.
Broadway or something
It's
like
like
that
American
too.
food, like mac
Yes.
and cheese burgers.
Right up my alley.
Yes.
Though. I've been talking to a few people about this. I like this restaurant because it's not too fancy, like a little more fancy. I don't want to go.
Right.
But it's not so decrepit that I can't sit down and get a nice table, and have a decent menu,
White tablecloths or no?
No. I go in there right, headphones on. There's not a lot of
It's just you.
when I'm in there.
When you went,
It was just me because it opened.
you went solo to the Smith.
I go solo to a lot of places like that. I like that.
You know where I go all the time?
What, gospel?
No, I go to your just the one. I go to Bua a lot
What's
and see that.
that sounds
chick.
sick. Oh, Bua.
Yeah,
oh
Bua.
my gosh. No, that
I
was
go there all the
mortifying.
time. I go there all the time, and they
Since
they go
you-
buffalo tenders. They don't even. I don't even get a menu. They just go buffalo tenders. I go yeah, and I grab my own water.
Wait, do you think I feel like you've gone more since I went out with that date with the waitress and nothing happened. It seems like you've
I
attended
took off.
more.
I took off a month just to let the dust settle,
Ah,
and then I go like once a week now.
this is so. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't let my Didge situation burn a good tendies spot.
I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's true.
Oh no, I can't. I can't. Is it true?
I think she might be kind of into me. She had a little line a couple days ago. She goes, those tenders smell really good.
Right. All right. Well,
It's
look,
on. Indicator of interest.
that's an IOI.
Indicator of interest.
That's
IOI.
IOI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? That could be a but yeah, I will go. I was there alone. I also like to go there cuz it's open past the kitchen's open up to midnight and even a little after. I think it might be to 12:30.
Is this a weekend?
Weekday I go do this.
And Are there people at the bar?
Yeah.
What
it's
kind of
pretty
day
packed.
was this?
Well, this actually, I lied. It was a Friday night. But
I lie.
but the reason I said what I said is because I do go a lot during the week.
Right.
It's the only place I know that's like open quite late.
Yeah.
Because I'll come out of the movies on at Lincoln Square, and I walk right down. Right, it's right there. So that's what I did.
What movie did you see?
A Haunting in Venice.
Good.
Pretty solid. Based off a famous book, a couple famous like scary books, like Agatha Christie or I forget I think that might be right, but it was fine. I go in there. I have a seat. I'm reading Frankenstein. I go in there. I have a seat. Did we get that?
How big is Frankenstein?
Bro, have you...
Like 500 pages?
It's a nice, juicy... It's not that much. It's shorter than you'd think. It's probably like 240.
And how big is this book? Paperback?
Paperback. No, go... No. Oh, like that way?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like that.
Just a normal paperback.
Yeah, like
that. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
No more Mr. A little smaller even.
Okay, all right.
And a little deeper.
Right, okay.
It's one of those classic editions. They have like a nice sketch on the front of Frankenstein's hand.
Yeah.
And like a Harper's Classic. Have you ever heard of that? I'm sure you've heard of the book.
I've heard of Frankenstein. I don't know in what format.
Can I ask you something? Do you know who Frankenstein is? Because this fucked my head up.
Frankenstein's the doctor.
Wow, dude.
I wouldn't.
Let's go.
No,
dude.
here's the thing.
Good way to go, Miller.
I wouldn't have said that if you hadn't asked the question.
Okay, I kind
Because
of
your
led
question, I've heard that before. It jogged my memory. If we hadn't been talking right here and I saw the monster, I'd be like, oh, Frankenstein.
That's what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
fucked my head up. I was like, oh, Frankenstein's the crazy.
What's the monster
why
called?
do you
Just
call
the monster?
Yeah, it's Frankenstein's monster. They call it the daemon,
Right.
the ghoul. It's just this demonic beast. But the Frankenstein's the guy. It's Victor Frankenstein. But
You
why
should
do they
be-
call someone a Frankenstein? Right? Why go like, oh yeah, she was, he the guy's a real Frankenstein.
For Halloween, you should be Frankenstein's beast. And when if people go, oh, Frankenstein, you go, no, Frankenstein's daemon.
Right, or I should go as like a guy, and they're like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I'm Frankenstein."
That's kind of boss.
And
like
they're
a lab
like,
coat.
"What?" Yeah, and they're like, "That's not." And I'm like, "No, that's." I can't believe you got that though. Like I was that.
You led me
Yeah.
there a little bit. You led the witness a little bit.
Well, this book is very, very good. So the reason I was doing this is I haven't had internet now for 2 weeks. All right, I'm getting squeezed out by my landlord. This is a whole tale, dude. I don't want to get too lost in the sauce here.
Oh God.
Yeah, but my landlord.
What, they want you out and they're now cutting.
Yeah.
They're isolating you. They're cutting off supplies. Like a Trojan War.
Yes. Well, I have to move.
Right.
I'm telling you
when
about
do you have to move?
like next month, within a month, like end of October, end of October. I started looking at places, calling a guy the other day. I called him up, to look at a place.
Did I tell you, but really quick, did I
Yeah.
tell you my landlords tried to increase my rent from $2,670 to $3,400?
Yeah, you were telling me this, and they were like, they
So
gave you a deal. They said they gave you a deal.
Right.
They were
They
like,
said market rate's $4,500. They put it in the contract like it's an official number. So I tell my brother, he goes, you need to negotiate down. And I go, I'm bad. He goes, here's what you do. He wrote down a full page email. He goes, print it out and hand sign it and mail it to them.
that's smart, actually.
He goes, no one ever does that. It's just
right.
emails, and it won't go to the head honcho. It'll go to some admin person.
Right.
So I signed.
Oh,
I
your
signed it.
brother's
They
the
come
best.
back. They email.
You
they
did
go,
that.
Yeah. They go, we got your letter.
Did they really?
Yeah, and in the letter, the punchline was, I will raise my. I can only go up 4.5. The rent that they were trying to go up is 27% increase.
Right, so you went by the percentage. That's a good move.
Yeah, my brother goes, we're going to go 4.5% increase up to $27.90. So I send that, and then they go, the lowest we can go is $3,100 final offer.
Oh, so they went lower.
So they dropped it by $300 a month, which is killer. And I call my brother, and he goes, "It's painfully obvious that 3,000's the number." So I go, "You're trying to get more juice?" He goes, "There's more juice to be squeezed." And I go, "I'm taking the 3,100."
Dude, it's great to have siblings around that'll.
Well,
that's really smart. He
been in
saved
New
you
York,
how many?
Yeah, 300 over 12 months, $4 grand. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on a cut of that.
He's been in New York for like 10. He lived in New York for 10 years, so he used to write these types of letters all the time.
Right. I almost wonder what how your dad would weigh in on a tale like this.
Well, my dad.
Your dad's probably in the background, like squeeze him out.
No, he goes just sign the damn thing. Like I told him that my brother JP wanted to squeeze him for more. He goes, just sign the damn thing. He goes, you're getting a good deal. It's a good apartment.
But this is at the 3,100 or the
3,100. I was going to sign at 34.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, you
prices are nuts, dude. In New York, it's out of control.
Yeah. We talked about this.
But anyways, your landlord's
she's
freezing you out.
She's freezing me out. There's
no
the
water's
internet.
not hot. We'll get on that.
There's no. I call it. So I've been on internet and normally I'll see. This is the thing though. I've paid it before, so this has worked on me. So she knows why. I know why she's doing it. Sometimes I go, all right, I need internet, and I just pay it. So I've called up before, and they'll be like, yeah, you're like $200 past due, and I'm like, all right, here's my card. And I go back to watching my movies and fucking around. Or at one point, I actually had work I needed to do. Like I worked there.
Right.
So here we go again.
But doesn't she work at your apartment?
Yeah.
So she has internet?
I know. No, she hasn't been coming. We're in a real Wild West standoff.
What about your roommate? Whose side is he on?
I think he has a cell phone plan because I just see him kind of on his phone. He's not using the house net.
He's going hotspot and not sharing it with you?
Yes, dude.
Cellular hotspot.
He doesn't he just goes on and he's the ex-monk guy. He's never even come to me about it. Which is and he's not paying it.
Right.
He's not paying it. Okay,
he ain't paying.
Yeah, I have a different story with him that was kind of a crazy situation. That's a whole. I could say it quick. I found mail of his in my room accidentally, 4 weeks ago. Gave it to him. Turns out it's the stimulus check. Yeah, so this is from 2 years ago. And it got caught up in my mail because all of our mail comes to the same place. We all live in the same apartment. And then it either gets sifted correctly or not. And I'm usually not doing it. It just gets put under my door or you grab it.
By the woman?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I had gotten some of his mail. I'd gotten his stimulus check for $600. So he sees this and gets so excited, dude. Oh my God, I was looking for this.
Think the girl tried to freeze him out by throwing the check under your door?
I don't know, dude.
Knowing it was a stimmy check?
I don't know, dude. But then real quick, it expired within a year.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So it was already expired. So then he starts expecting me to figure out how to get him the money. I'm like, look, man, I got it accidentally. I don't know what to tell you. He's like, can I get another one reissued? And I'm like, I'll check for you. And then I'm checking.
You go, we don't have internet. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to walk down to the post office or something.
He wanted to go to the bank with me. It was 3:00 in the morning. I gave him a stimulus check. He wanted to go to the bank with me right then. I thought he was kidding at first. I was like, Nicholas, you can't go. And then I was like, it's not open. He was like, but we could go to the ATM and you could come with me.
Why does he need you?
This is what I'm saying, though. He's not from this country. I don't think he really understands what's going on.
Yeah.
And he knows I'm a lawyer, and so does the woman in the that runs it. And so I think sometimes they're like, you're a lawyer, like, you can help me.
Yeah.
I don't know the country well, like, you help me, you know? And I had a moment I had to be like, dude, are you paying me? Like, get out of my room. No, it was really a bad sitch, dude, because then the landlord called me that week.
Yeah.
And goes, hey, Matt, what's going on with Nicolas's check? And I was like, how the fuck did you find out about this?
Here's what's going on with Nicolas.
Yeah, no, and then I had to give him the business a little bit. Like, hey, bro, if I picked up your payroll check by accident, I don't then owe you the money.
Right.
Your company still owes you the money, Ace.
Ace.
I was getting
use
mad,
Ace?
dude. Yeah, oh yeah, sweethearts and aces.
You'll say Ace?
Oh yeah, if I'm going
Ace.
there, yeah, I go, hey, Ace, like, look, I don't want to be too rude.
All right. So you're
So
reading
I'm
Frank,
reading,
you're reading
yeah, I'm reading
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. I haven't had the internet, and I have my whole dinner. I'm listening to music.
What are you getting?
I had the burger. It's like a nice, solid burger at
Four
the
top or
Smith.
two top?
What's that? Oh, my two top.
Two top. Okay.
Right. So I'm seated at a two top, and what happens is there's a two top next to me, and then another two top, and at the third two top there's a guy. All right. He's looking pretty fancy. He's a very jovial guy. All right. He's already saying hi to a lot of people. I thought he was going to say hi to me, but I was like, I kind of was able to keep him at bay.
Yeah.
You know, these guys that go into a spot looking to chat.
That's what I'm trying to do now. That's the new me.
Right.
Come
He
on.
had just read the game.
Yeah. He had just
And
arrived.
he was like, all
Got
right.
practice.
Anyway,
Better
by the way,
weapon.
the guy proves really good at what he does. So this girl walks in. Uh-oh, beauty. I caught her eye right away. And I'm facing the door. So
What
I'm
are you,
all
what are you wearing?
like
this
what
type
I
of
yeah,
thing?
I'm
Okay.
laid back.
What's she wearing? What's her style?
She's got like the whole athletic like leisure suit vibe going. Tight, you know those like tight
Lulu pants.
yup, with the top, with a big jacket. Styling.
Okay.
It's midnight, right? And she was at an event across the street at Lincoln Center, a basketball hoops event. So she's looking good. She's got like merch from the event.
Yeah.
She comes in, but she was very like, I couldn't tell her nationality. And you know me, I love exotic, different ladies from different countries.
Does it matter
I love
what
an
it is or
exotic
no?
la-
Because there's
I do.
somewhere like Eastern European. I'm not the biggest.
Yeah, like maybe like I don't find like I think they're beautiful people, but like Russia, like some of the I don't. Usually it's like South America.
Yeah.
I'm just like dumbfounded with with their look. Sometimes Middle Eastern. I guessed she was Middle Eastern
Yeah.
when she asked, and I was and Spanish, but I was wrong. But she was
So
she was
so
Brazilian.
what happens?
She's
she
a
walks in.
So she walks in, I catch eyes, and I'm like, oh, I think she was kind of. Now I'm staring at the front, so I'm trying to go, Matt. You are staring at the entrance with my book.
Frankenstein.
And I'm the idiot, like you used to say. You don't like to do that anyway. You like to look around and be cool and have the lady or whoever comes in. This is if you have a date, obviously. But
Yeah.
tap
This is
you.
totally. Yeah.
But I'm a stare. I'm a people. We've discussed this. Like I will just kind of sit somewhere and watch motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty if I'm like thinking from the outside in. You're like, so she walks in, we lock eyes, and then I'm like, does she work here? Because she starts talking to the people in front a little bit, and then they seat her right next to me.
Right. In between you and the guy.
Yeah, in the open two top. Right.
Midnight.
Yeah.
Friday.
Midnight. Friday night.
Athleisure. I love this girl.
Oh,
man.
and wait for it. She eats a bar steak. She gets a bar steak, dude. That was my favorite part. She's eating like with the sauce. She got a bar steak. I was like, man, this chick is like, I'm really.
Are you
into this
looking
chick.
over? Or what are you doing? You're like, are you playing it cool and just reading, or can she tell that you keep looking over at her?
I think at first she could tell, and then I kind of started getting in my head, and I was like, fuck, this is bad. Because I was looking so cool.
3-second rule.
Right up top, I was the man because I'm bumping Jay-Z when I'm coming over. I just got out of a flick. I did some comedy that night. I'm fucking bopping, dude.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking good. And then this chick sits down next to me, and I start, like, short circuit, and I'm, like, kind of looking over and back and over. And I'm like, okay, Matt, just, like, chill out, all right? So I put my headphones on. I start bumping music and reading.
Uh-huh.
And then that felt weird after a while because even that was a little disingenuous because I usually don't read and listen to music at the same time.
Are you kind of bopping your head a little bit?
Yeah, I'm trying to look like I got real serious tunes going.
Yeah.
Anyway, I look over and she's like mid-convo with the guy to the right. Yeah. The guy to the right moved in warp speed, dude. Dude, I was like, so now I'm like actually feel like I'm down like 2 touchdowns because I'm like, okay.
You want to know what's happening with this guy? This guy has normalized him talking to people, so she doesn't feel weird when he starts talking to her. She goes,
not even a little bit. So
just
smooth.
Talking to everyone.
So, dude, before I know it, he's got his phone out. He's showing her some place.
Does he grab Didge before you?
So I'm like, oh, this guy's mid-Didge. And then that's what I was like, I can't. I'm glad you brought this up. I actually said to myself, I'm like, well, I'm not going in now.
I've wanted to. There was a girl at a show. It was painfully obvious she was into me.
Yeah.
And some guy went up to her after the show before I could go talk to her. And he grabbed her Didge, and I go, I'm not getting sloppy second Didge. You can't go grab Didge after some dude.
So this is my...
has already grabbed that Didge.
Right. So this is my predicament, and I really... Well, we'll see where you level out on this because I get Didge, but I don't know if what happened with her and the guy was Didge. So this is what happened. So then I give up on the whole thing.
Oh, it was Didge.
Right. That's what you... No.
Nah,
hey.
I don't know. What this guy may have been a married man. Who knows?
So I order a cappuccino, a decaf cappuccino to kind of extend my stay, all right?
The last ditch effort. You're freezing the other guy out.
Yes, because I'm like, man, because she's still looking over back at me. She's doing this thing where after she's done with this fucking guy, she kind of looks back over because she sees what I'm working on, right? I got my notebook out. I got Frankenstein going. She's still checking kind of. So I'm like, let me do a cappuccino. Give her an opportunity to rectify this whole thing. All right? Because she could still say, hey, and I made a joke to her later on. I said, hey, you could have said, wow, that burger looks good. Let's push our tables together.
Let's stay linear here. What happened?
Okay. I'm Tarantino all around this. So I'm like, all right, let me cappuccino this. I cappuccino it, nothing. I mean, I got nothing, dude. Now the check's coming. So I get up, I go to the bathroom, and I'm like,
you and your bathroom move, dude.
No, it's so bad. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm leaving.
You splash water in your face and look at yourself in the mirror? That's what you do, right? You kind of do motivational stuff in the bathroom.
Well, I go, and this one I was more telling myself, not like, hey, guy, let's make a move. I was telling myself, you're the man, you're going to move on, and this was never someone you needed to talk to.
Yeah.
I was doing a different psych-up speech.
Ugh.
So
what happened to willpower?
So I go back, and this is just not my day. So now the guy's gone, and she's still there.
Yeah.
And I sit down, and now I don't have my headphones on, and now it's just like painfully obvious. Like, it's like there's no reason now. So now I'm thinking in my head, all right, I'm just gonna ask her this question. I'm gonna ask her, like, and then just say, hey, have a good night and walk out, right? I'm not gonna like.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know, so I eventually said, so did you know that guy? I just kind of asked her. I was like, did you know that guy? And she was like, oh, you know what? Like the guy next to me, like, oh no, he like works in design in this like industry I want to work in. So like I had no idea. So I was very happy about that. So I was like, oh, so you didn't know him? Because I had seen she walked over from the event. I was like, I thought maybe you knew him from the event. I was wondering like what the nature of your relationship was. She was like, oh, why? Because why would you want to know that? You know, did you want to talk to me? And I was like, oh, man. But I didn't really answer that. And I kind of laughed, and I was like, oh, okay, so, like, do you work? She's like, yeah, I work in design. She keeps, and before I know it, and I was still, like, I signed my check. I was still kind of doing this, like, all right, well, it was nice to meet you. I'm going to get out of here.
It's what they call false time constraint.
And you had said something about this, and I did it very naturally, but the whole time I was like, all right, I'm seconds away from saying adios.
Yeah.
And it kept extending like then before I knew it, we had been talking for another 45 minutes.
45.
Yes. We stayed there until I walked her out. I walked out
45?
30, maybe not 30, 30 definitely. We had a long conversation, and then I grabbed Didge, but I grabbed Didge in Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I go, why don't you, write your number down in there?
Did you lick the pen for her?
Yeah, I could
that'd be a move.
Scribble your.
What's your number? You write it down. She dictates it.
Yeah, I write it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I walked her to the bus stop. We talked outside. Walked her to the bus stop. Brazilian. She's been in the country
What'd
for
you
like
guys
10
talk
years.
about? Just
all
life?
kinds of stuff. Yeah, she's into sports. We were talking about life.
Does she have a U.S. number?
Yeah.
All right.
I believe yes. She grew up in Brazil. That like
we'll find her after the pod.
Yeah,
on
and then
Instagram.
we've been texting all week.
Really?
Yeah, like not like once a day or so. We'll like. She's asked me these great questions. I couldn't even. She asked me like, what kind of fruit am I into? And I was like, oh, that's a hilarious question. I was like, bananas. I love bananas.
When are you gonna go out with this girl?
Probably.
Has there been any discussion?
Oh, yeah. There's been multiple discussions of, like, maybe an AMC movie, maybe maybe some of these things she's doing. She goes to these, like...
classes?
Yeah, like, these, like, talks. She was going to a lot of this, like, climate change stuff. Do you know this stuff in the city? It was, like, UN. It was, like, a UN
stuff?
week. Yeah. So anyway,
here's
very
the nice
gentlemanly.
part. Here's the nice part about this girl is that she seems like she's not going out boozing every night, right?
Yeah, no, she didn't even have anything to drink there. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Yeah, and I actually ended up. This was also what's
drinking. I actually ended up having a drink with her.
This is so embarrassing, but I ended up talking about how I'm sober and how much I love AMC. So I brought up AMC stubs and sobriety.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are these things coming up? Yeah. And then we were joking how it turned out and kind of turned into a first date in a strange kind of way. And we had a laugh about I said out loud, I go, I saw you look at me when, you came in. You could have, been like, hey, the burger looks good. Let's push our tables together. And she was like, no, I can't. Could you imagine if I said that?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I guess no one says that.
Well, I'm happy for you, Hardy.
Gentlemen.
Sounds real nice.
Gentlemanly. Golf clap. Yeah, she doesn't sound like too... It's also nice that it was like midnight and she was out. Because that's kind of my speed.
Well, the whole thing, for her to be coming from a workout thing at midnight, Friday night, it's just top G. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's what you want.
Yeah, I'm enthusiastic.
So when are you gonna go out with her? Waylon?
I don't think I'm gonna do that to her. I don't think
I
I'm
wouldn't-
gonna like force her into
don't
this
wanna get-
weird
I don't wanna
world.
get-
I'm just gonna have fun. I told her about AMC. She brought up some weird movie at AMC she wants to see, so we might just go to AMC. That'll be comfortable for me, you know.
Let me ask you this though. You're an AMC stuff.
He goes, "Let me ask
So you get
this."
you get a free ticket, right?
Yeah. Well.
So you're gonna
yeah.
purchase an additional ticket?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to purchase an additional ticket.
Yeah. You go up one ticket for her. I'm an AMC member here. Dude, if you see that guy with the guy that poured the popcorn
Oh
over
no,
you.
dude! I'll be so mortified, dude. It's the same area too. Like that
Yeah.
guy. Yeah. That guy scares the living daylights out of me if I see that guy again. Yeah. So, but I was telling you, like, there's a lot of stuff about this where I broke my own rules. One was I came clean on a lot. You know, when we were talking, I was not like, oh, I gotta like, you know, sound cool. Like, I was not trying to like do any of that shit. I have not like been weird about texting. I'll just text when I have time to text.
Here's the thing about the night.
Yeah.
You said, "Oh, I didn't want to sound cool." There's
Yeah.
something about the Smith midnight Friday night where you don't
Yeah.
want to sound cool. It's more of a
Right.
broken down.
Yeah.
Like we're all broken down and we're not trying to.
That's what I kind of like.
You know what I
about it.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah, it's right. That's a
It'd
good
be
call.
weird if you're like, yeah, I'm some hot shot, and on a Friday night you're at the Smith.
Right. Oh, that's a great call, though. And that's honestly one thing I
You have
liked
to read
about.
the room.
Because she even goes, "Oh, I feel so self-conscious. I have all this sauce and I'm eating a steak." I'm like, I don't give a. That's what this is fucking nice.
Yeah.
I don't want you to feel like you need to eat some tiny piece of fish.
You should do whatever you want, baby.
I
I don't want you to feel like you have to be anything but yourself around me, baby. The waiter's like, what the fuck is going on
fuck
here?
is going on? She still has no idea, I think, why my texting so confusing and barbaric because of the flip phone. But
When's this date happening? Like this
I think
week?
soon. Yeah, very soon. This week. You know, it almost went down, but there were a couple of things that, you know, I was up to. I went to the beach one day. I was doing, you know. What about you? What about, so this is the most gentlemanly that's occurred because, like I told you, the other one was like a speed. There was no, we were talking about this. Connection's the real thing. Like, you know what was weird about this is we were probably talking for, again, about 30 to 35 minutes before my dumbass goes, "Oh my God, you fucking moron. Like, get a number now," because like I was done eating. She was done eating. And even that instinct kind of felt weird for a second. Like, oh, am I going to stop the because we were mid-conversation, you know? We were kind of bopping.
Yeah.
So it worked, but it was a connection-based thing. And then it was like, okay, I'll dig grab.
I'm really upset. I've got 20 books lying around. You're doing natural.
Well, but
natural gentleman dig grabs.
The other thing about this one too was I was like, like I said, I felt more like I was really in my head for most of the. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna fucking leave. Like I'm not gonna say anything because, you know, this guy next to me, like I've already fucking flew the coop on my my chance. But it turned out that my instinct was right. She was like, "No, I wanted to talk to you." And I'm like, this is also what's kind of crazy about ladies. Sometimes you're like, whoa. Like, you want to talk to me. I wanted to talk to you. And then we sat next to each other for like an hour and didn't say anything.
Yeah.
That's a long-ass time to be like, we could have easily just like never.
Once again, it all comes down to willpower.
Yeah.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah. We got to say something.
If you want to talk to someone, go talk to them. What's the worst that happens?
No, that's right. Well, you know them. I've told the stories. You know, they'd never get back to you, or they give you the number because they want to get rid of you.
Or no.
That's
Here's
like
the
the worst
worst thing that happens. She goes, I don't want to talk to you right now. That's the worst thing that happens. You go, all right, that's nothing about you. That has nothing to do with you.
Yeah. No, that's right. That's right.
It's that person didn't want to talk.
That's right.
God, my story is going to be so much lamer.
But you did. Well, you said, you know what made me laugh? You said you did a sport.
A sport dig grab.
A sport dig grab is a really nice term, which is, for the listeners, that's a practice-based.
On Thursday night, I went out, and there was a girl that was in front of me. I decided to talk to her, not because I was attracted to her, just
Right.
more kind of,
Yeah.
I need to get some reps in,
Yeah.
right?
And live
Batting
a little.
cages.
Get out of your.
Batting cages.
The cages are open, my friends. Get out of your shell a little bit.
Yeah, so I talked with
Yeah.
her, and then I did this thing where I kind of just stopped talking to her mid-conversation and turned to my buddy and started talking to him.
Yeah. Oh, your buddy was there.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet
Brendan
you.
Barrera. He's a comedian.
Yeah, I know.
There were a couple comedians there, yeah.
Were they kind of going, nice, Miller?
Well, he goes, did you get her number? I go, nah, I'm not that. And she goes, get your number. She's cute. And I go, nah, it's fine, you know.
Yeah.
And then I could see her and her friend looking at me through the peripherals.
Right.
So we're all leaving, and I go, I'm just going to grab Didge as a data point of maneuver. You know, I'm going to pull a maneuver and see how this maneuver works. I don't care if I don't get Didge.
It's a research-based
Yes.
dig grab.
So I go up to her friend,
Yeah.
and I go, I'm going to grab your friend's number.
Oh, whoa. You didn't say that to me. That's kind of a power move.
And she goes, yeah, do it. And so I
That's what
turned
she
to her.
said?
I turned to her, and I give her my phone with the contact, new
Open.
contact.
Oh, I've liked a couple. I've really liked a couple of your new moves.
Well,
I
here's-
love that move,
well,
and I love the switch heights. You didn't tell anyone this
here's
yet
where
about-
yeah, I forgot to tell. So I'm sitting. It's like a couch like this. There's like a couch.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on top of the top part of the couch.
Oh, that's bizarre. Yeah.
This move, dude.
Wait.
having at the kata.
Right. And where was this? This is at like a lab?
Heaven can wait. It was on Ave.
And this is
There
during
was
the day?
No. It was
Oh,
at night. There was a
okay.
band playing, and then the band stopped, and everyone
Right.
started mingling, and I'm still sitting there.
So there's not a lot of room, is why you're kind of.
Not a lot of room.
Yeah.
So she's in front of me.
Good move, though. I like this kind of, right.
I'm like this.
Yeah.
She's standing right here.
So she's almost your height.
No.
Yeah.
I'm still taller.
Oh, you're still taller.
Yeah, because this is like an elevated.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
She's probably like right here. The band has stopped,
Okay.
and I go, hey, can we switch heights? I can't see.
Yeah.
The band had stopped. So I
This
go, I
is a
can't
great-
see.
Right.
Can we switch heights? And she started laughing or whatever when we started talking. IOIs. She's playing with her hair.
Dude, the switch heights is so good, though.
It just came to me
Yeah. In that moment?
in that moment. I never thought about it before.
Because Miller's doing this switch heights move now. It's a nice opener.
Yeah.
Hey, can we switch heights? You know, which is
Yeah.
yeah.
So I got her number. I go out to the guy. The guys were all waiting outside
Yeah.
for me, and I just do kind of a victory jab.
With the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Well, with the no, but I like that.
It's just there's no awkwardness. There's
Yes.
no awkwardness. It's just this is
Especially if you hand it out with it open.
because you can flub like, hey, could I get your number?
No,
I love
it's-
your number. Like there's so many ways to say it and like in tone.
Bro, I flubbed it even in my gentleman dig grab. I flubbed it a touch, but I had built so much goodwill
Yes, there was a lot of goodwill.
that it didn't matter.
Yeah.
And I knew the problem was too, I go, oh, I'm going to go with the book. So that made it a little unnatural, unfortunately. Like, it was cool, but I was like, all right, well, so, why don't you write your number down in here? You know, there was a certain amount of like,
Yeah.
blah, 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 you know, as opposed to like, you know, just the sweet little, just the contact info.
Yeah.
And so
She goes, I don't even know your name yet.
she said, so she,
Yeah. And I go, my name's Tobin. What's yours? She goes, Eileen.
so if you, but you haven't texted, you were not going to.
I haven't texted her. I won't text her.
Right. So there's a research base.
The sport dig grab. To make it officially sport, do I have to delete the number? It's literally a catch and release.
I think. Well, you may want to hold, you know, you never know, but yeah, you know, that's like we were talking about one of those days, like where you do have to kind of get out of your shell like that on a regular basis.
So I'm trying.
You're boned in the water, dude.
Yes.
Like you're just not gonna be something that you do.
I've been thinking to myself. I go, I'm nervous whenever
Yeah.
I see an attractive girl
Yeah.
that I want to talk to. I get nervous.
So do I. Right. Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, I'm 31 fucking years old. Am I gonna live my entire life being a fucking loser? Right? That's what you have to say to yourself at some point.
Yes, we've talked about this. You have.
What
well,
the
you have.
fuck
or you,
is this?
Yeah. Or you. You have. Or you have to fantasize what I do, which is the dilemma when you leave. If you don't go for it and you leave, what kind of fucking sad dick face leaves the scene of a fucking power, like a real opportunity?
Yeah.
Because it's going to start to weigh on you.
I get that, but
that's what I do. I go,
the framing though is a little like I'm trying to frame it differently. Where that's like a little defeated. Like you're already,
yeah.
You're already saying that you're a loser. I'm trying to frame it where like I'm a winner.
right, I'm fantasizing myself as the loser who didn't
This
go
is a
for it.
protective. Yours, the
Yeah,
way you're
yeah,
framing
yeah.
it's a protective maneuver where you're like trying to save some face.
Well, it's really like
Mine
like
is,
somewhat of
I'm
a sobriety is sometimes
Yeah.
for me, which is like you imagine like what could happen if you don't do it.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of scary. Like it's
Mine's now. I'm gonna develop skills.
right. Well, this
to
is
do
good though.
this.
Right. What do you get? What's the positive? Right.
Eventually, I'm
Right,
going to see a
right.
girl that I'm sprung by, and I need
Yes.
to have the tools at my fingertips to
Yes.
execute.
Yes,
So
and you
I'm
already have them too because of stand-up. We talk about this a lot.
Yeah.
I always talk about this. Like, dude, once I started talking to the Brazilian lady, before I knew it, like I was like, oh man, I'm rolling a little
Yeah.
bit, you know. You know how you're like that's where because you and I we've talked about this. You and I aren't necessarily guy. I don't thrive texting. I don't thrive in phone or converse. Like that's not necessarily if I can get in person though.
Yeah.
Right now, you know, yeah. So you're gonna get sprung right, and you're gonna wanna be able to just
Exactly. So Saturday, last night, I'm like, I got to go. I've got an app on my phone where I have to talk to at least a stranger every day.
yeah.
Someone,
So I did this the other day. This is just popped in my head again. I finally said hello to I go to my bodega. So I walked out the other day and I go, what am I doing? Like, I've been here, living here. I'm like, what am I, a prick? I went back in. I was like, hey, what's your name? What's the cat's name?
Yeah.
And he was like, what?
He goes, relax, dude.
He was like, oh, this is so weird. Like, and he was like, oh, Ali. And this is, Aces. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. I'm Matt. But like in my head, I was like, oh, I'm being kind of a
Now
weird
you're going to
person.
get a couple extra slices of roast beef on your sandwich because now you guys are on.
But that say something to someone and not stop making them just a cog in the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Break out of the matrix.
Yes. Yes.
So I finished a show last night and I'm like, I haven't talked to anyone. No, I got to go out
Yeah.
tonight. I go, I haven't. So I text Harkness. He's a comedian. He DJs at Joyface.
Yeah. Oh, I love these kinds of stories. Yeah.
And he says he's at Joyface. So I do like, I message him on Instagram. He's like, come by. I'll put you on the list.
Yeah.
So I meet up with my buddy Isabel and Gabby.
Oh, you
at,
went
at a
yeah.
bar before. And
Yeah.
there's a guy sitting at the bar by himself.
Yeah.
Next to them.
Did he say yeah?
So I sit down. There was a seat between them. So I sit down in between them. And I started
Yeah.
talking to the guy.
Yeah,
I'm
nice.
like, I gotta
Yeah.
immediately
Yeah.
start talking to him, whatever, talking to other people, and then I split up
Yeah.
with them. I go, I'm going to Joyface. They go, okay. They were making fun of me because I guess Joyface is like a younger play. I don't know, whatever.
Right.
So I go to Joyface. I see these. I'm at the bar. I see two girls. And first of all, Joyface, it's a tough door,
Yeah.
and I'm bad with door. This is a story about door people.
Yeah.
This whole night is a story about door people. The door guy, there's 20 people outside, hot chicks,
Yeah.
good-looking dudes.
Yeah.
He's turning away like 14 people. He goes, not tonight. It's a private party.
Oh,
And I'm
man.
like, fuck, I hear that, right?
Yeah. But you're alone.
I'm alone.
Yeah.
One of the henchmen comes up to me and goes, what?
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, my name's Tobin. I'm here. Harkness is DJing.
Yeah.
So I'm here with him. He goes, what? I go, my buddy he
Yeah.
tries to bullshit, right? And I go, my
Right.
buddy Harkness is DJing. He told me to come by.
Yeah, you got to be nice and easy with these guys.
And so he points to the real door guy. He comes over. He goes, what? He goes, private party.
What? Yeah.
I go, that's stupid. My buddy Harkness told me to come by. He's DJing. I think
Yeah.
I think he put me on the list.
Yeah.
So the guy pulls out his phone, and I don't think he's pulling up a list.
Yeah, but I
It's
like
just
this
a
humble play you did. I like how you retreated a touch.
Because I'm not.
No,
I'm
it's a
willing.
good-
I'm
yeah.
willing to bounce. if they want to go there, I'll be like, all right, I'll go somewhere else. If you really don't want me here, I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like these door people are.
I
such
know.
dickholes,
But
dude.
it kind of plays to your advantage if you're willing to walk. All right, look, hey, I thought I was on the list.
Yeah.
My
Not
buddy's
combative
DJing.
at all.
Yeah.
So he goes, "Oh, you're here, Tobin." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, you're on the list. Get in there." He goes
Yeah.
for 3 people.
Whoa.
And I told Harkness I'm just coming by myself. So I don't know whether Harkness put 3 or whether that guy doesn't have a list.
Right.
And he's just
kinda
like 3.
testing. Well, he could just be kind of like poking you.
Yeah. And I just go, I'm by myself.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, get in, man.
Right. Or like if you were like pretty shit faced and then you kind of got an attitude,
Yeah.
or you said you don't know who maybe
You don't know who I am. Look at your fucking list.
Yeah, fuck you, man. Like let me fucking in. I was just in there.
Yeah. So I go in, I'm bopping around dancing. I'm pulling my short line on girls.
And this is a tougher environment, just as an aside,
Yeah.
because like where these things sometimes happen to me, like I can hear like people like these are tough. Sometimes this is a tough environment. Like it's both made to, I think, kind of say hi, and then also like it's kind of impossible, right? To
the
kind of-
bars.
yeah, to keep a connect.
You just have to go in there. It's almost like this is water.
The David Foster
Yeah.
Wallace speech, yeah,
It's what you just kind of
yeah,
talk with people, and if it pitters out, it's nothing like, you know what I mean? And you just have to be fun. You have to be like, everyone's here to have a
Right.
good time.
right,
No one here, I guarantee you, no one at any bar in New York goes out and says, I hope no one talks to me. Right? I hope me and my 2 friends can just sit in pride.
right. We got dressed up all
Yeah, we got
hot.
dressed up. There's
Yeah.
music blaring. We can barely hear each other. I hope no one talks to us so I can just look at my friend.
Right, and just like get no attention on. I got dressed up, like I'm doing all the of course.
Now,
right.
granted, they don't want attention from losers. They don't want a guy coming up, hey, I think you're cute. So that's why you got to throw a little pizzazz on it. You go, oh, I'd love to change heights with you.
Yeah, which is a nice right attention from losers though. That's That's what you get concerned about. See, no, but you had a nice line. You just said something that if I was in that situation, I would fail to remember.
You're the man.
Yeah, and if
You're the man.
If
You're
it
cooler than
patters out,
everyone.
if it patters out,
Yeah.
it pattered out. But I'm the kind of guy, like in the situation, because I love convo so much. So I'm like, so where did you say you worked? And she's like, okay, like this is done now, and I'm forcing. You know what I mean?
I do. Here's my move. I try to immediately. I'm already kind of like, we're not really talking. I'm doing this to be nice to you, kind of thing.
Right.
I'm always leaning towards going away. I'm like, yeah.
Right, because it.
And I'm willing to just leave mid-conversation when I realize that this
Yeah.
is the best it's going to get.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to say, really.
Yeah. Yeah, and the music's loud, it's taken over, and there's people
Yeah.
everywhere, and it's like kind of, yeah.
So I'm bopping around there, and then I leave. It's like 12:30, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home. I'm not going to stay
Oh,
up
that's
all
not
night.
that
I'm not
bad.
going to
Yeah.
stay up all night, right?
Yeah.
So I'm leaving. I text my buddy Charlie,
Yeah.
who works in the nightlife industry, right? Restaurants and stuff like that. And I text him. I go, just finished with Joyface, because I always
Yeah.
tell him I'm nervous about the line. He goes, I just finished. He's in the restaurant, right? So
Yeah.
he just finished work. He's like, you want to grab a drink?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
sure.
that's nice, yeah.
So he's like, let's go to Temple Bar. He goes, it could be cool. And this is just supposed to be like a chill cocktail place.
Yeah, but now you're putting together a nice little note.
Oh, dude. Listen.
You're connecting some dots.
So we meet up, and I go, is a hoodie okay for where we're going? He goes, wear whatever you're comfortable in.
Okay.
He goes, I don't think it should be an issue.
So maybe.
So I keep with my hoodie on.
Yeah.
We go to that place.
Yeah.
The doorman's name is Disco, and Charlie knows him like through something. Like he's met him a couple times. So he goes, what's up, Disco? He goes, not tonight.
Oh.
And he goes, come on, dude. You don't have room for two?
Oh, I thought he was going to say, come on, Disco.
Well,
Come on, Disco.
He says Disco a couple times. Like, come on, Disco. He goes, not tonight, dude. He starts getting like aggro. And he goes, Disco.
No, he didn't.
He goes, you've bounced my parties 100 times, dude. Like,
Right,
like
he's
just
like-
let me in. We're gonna come in for one.
I mean,
drink.
he's a restaurant guy, so I assume he could probably push back a little bit. He's
he,
out a
he
lot,
knows
right?
he knows the maneuvers to get
Yeah.
And so he goes, he looks at his other bouncer. He goes, what's with this guy? I told you not tonight, dude.
Oh, the bouncer looks at his other guy.
Yeah,
Now he's using his guy.
right.
Hey, look at this guy. I told him to lay low.
So he goes, Jesus Christ. And then he walks inside. He just leaves us outside with his henchmen. And I would have left by now, but Charlie stays firm. He sticks around. Because here's the thing. I think what was happening with Charlie, this is his realm, right? Is he works in night. He
Right.
works at bar. He knows all the moves. It's like me going to a comedy club and not being able to get him in.
Perfect. That's a perfection of an analogy. You kind of have to
I'd be
trust him.
embarrassed. Yes.
But you got to trust him because he knows where to push. He knows the moves. He knows his rigmarole.
Yes.
Right.
And if I brought Charlie to a comedy show and they were like, you can't go,
Yeah.
I would be like, dude, we're getting in. I'm
Yeah.
not going to look like an asshat in front of my buddy.
That's right. Or you'd wait for to see another guy like, yo, I know. Can you tell I'm a comic?
Yes.
You'd be waiting for someone to just be like, yeah, that's Tobin. Let him in.
Yes. So he goes inside for like 20 seconds, and he comes back. He goes, you're still fucking here, man? What is this? And he
Oh,
starts
this
getting aggro.
this is the
Disco still.
Oh my God! So he goes in. You guys are still there. He comes back out.
I would have left, but Charlie is like,
Right.
he thought it was like a shit test to see if he made,
Right. So the guy
meant
comes
business.
back
Comes
out
back
and he's
out. He goes,
still
"What the
doing it.
He goes, not tonight, dude.
Wow.
He goes, do you have a res? And he goes, no. He goes, then it's not tonight.
Oh man. No res.
And then
what do you? So you're
I'm
just looking at Charlie.
I'm just kind of looking at Disco.
You're not saying anything.
I'm
though.
not saying anything. What am I going to say?
You're keeping quiet and you're waiting for marching orders.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah.
So these other 4 people show up, and they go, you got a res? And they
Yeah.
go, yeah. And he goes, all right, get in.
Yeah, okay.
And he goes, dude, you don't have a res. It's not tonight. And so Charlie goes, all right, fuck you, dude. You guys are gonna. He starts like chewing him out a little bit. He goes, this place fucking sucks. There's no one in there anyways. It's fucking raining. You guys are jokes. Starts chewing him out, and then we walk away.
Please tell me that's the story. Did you just walked away?
Well, we walk away.
Oh, I thought you was like that was like the end. You just chewed him out.
Well, that we walk away, and then he
God.
goes, all right, where else are we gonna? Because we still wanted to grab a drink.
Right. But did he really say there's no one in there anyway?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that line. Because that's what you wanted. That's how you dig into a fucker too, like a door guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, dude. You're not even it's only fucking.
He goes, there's no one cool in there anyways.
Yeah,
There's no one in there. That place is fucking dead in there. You're a loser.
It's so funny. This really brings me into like what it's like to be like out and about trying to like.
And we were losers, dude. It's raining
Yeah,
out.
it's raining out, you're a
losers,
loser.
dude. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
You know, you got to find a new place to go.
So he goes, all right, we're gonna go to Mulberry.
Okay.
And Mulberry, he goes, this place. He goes, we're not gonna get in this place. This place is like. We were just trying to go to places. We were after. Here's the thing: is the first
so
place,
funny.
Temple Bar, would have been a chill cocktail, and now
Yeah.
Charlie's like, all right, now we're gonna try to get into some cool places and see what happens.
Yeah, I just love your friend Charlie. Like, there's nothing cooler than a guy who gets rejected, and then the next place you're like, all right, we're not we're not going somewhere where we can like get a drink. Like this next place, we won't be getting in.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's roll.
Let's test.
That's a night. Yeah. That's a night. That's a guy who's putting together a night.
Yeah.
And you're going, Jesus, like this is gonna be a tougher door.
Yeah.
That's
We're
legendary.
not gonna get in here, but we're gonna try. So we go to Mulberry, and there's 2 guys outside. No line.
Yeah.
There's no one. Just 2 guys, and Charlie goes, "Hey, what's up, man?" He goes, "Not tonight." Just immediately,
This not tonight.
he goes,
Is brilliant. Yeah.
He goes, it's late, man. I'm sorry, dude. It's packed in there already. And Charlie, like,
Yeah.
the guy said it kind of nice, and we didn't think. So he goes, all right, all good, man. Thanks.
Yeah, and maybe he knew like what he knew at that door. He said it to you. Maybe he knew like I'm not gonna like
Sorry, yeah.
I'm not gonna fuck with these
And
guys.
then as we're walking away, Charlie goes, I could have pulled some strings to get us in there, but I don't want to do that. Because he knows all these, like, owners and stuff like that. Like, he can be
Right.
like, I know Christopher.
Yeah, it's an interesting like how much does he want to really go to the well
Right.
at that point to like fucking get your ass and and all these, you know. Sometimes he probably is like, all right,
And
I'm
he's not
gonna,
trying to have a big night. We just want one drink.
right.
He's got a girlfriend. Like, we're not trying to, like, go out. We're
Right.
trying to have a drink.
But
shoot
he's
the
also
shit.
he's also not like a total loser. Like he's also not a guy that's just gonna walk into a dumb bar like
Right.
and get
He's
like
not
a
going to
stupid
hair the
drink.
dog and being like, you know.
But that's what you kind of like about it is like even though it's just a drink, he wants to have it
He wants a
somewhere
little bit of
respect.
excitement.
He don't want nothing. Right? Like he's bringing you places where like you might get rejected again.
Yeah.
That's very funny. Like, did he bring you another place where there was a lot of doors?
So we go to the box next.
Oh my!
He
this
goes.
guy.
He goes. This is a fool's errand, but we're gonna try.
Fool's errand.
We go to the box.
Dude.
We go to the box immediately.
No, yeah.
He goes, reservation. He goes, no. He
Yeah.
goes. Doesn't even like say. We keep on going lower and lower in responses from these door guys, and it's like 1:30 at this point. It's raining. We're like drenched in water.
Yeah,
So
you
then-
keep getting less and less from these door guys.
So then Charlie goes, you want to go to Gospel? And I go, what's Gospel?
right, I forgot about this.
He goes, what's God? He goes, it's the hardest store in New York.
Yeah,
And in my head, I'm like, yeah, sure. He goes, no. This is like the hardest store in New York. It's like the OG spot. So he knows the security that runs his
It's the hardest
spots
story.
run the same. It's the same people, security
Okay.
people. So he texts his security guy. The security guy goes, "How many are you with?" He just goes, "Just one." He goes, "Yeah, come through."
Oh, wait, can I ask, are you taking cabs to everywhere, or are you walking?
No, we're walking. We're drenched.
Okay,
We're drenched
okay,
in water.
okay.
It's
But
we're not
still,
drenched. It's misting.
Yeah. I was wondering, too, if you're like some of these places, you're like, dude, it's going to take us 40 minutes
No,
to
they're
get
all
there.
around. It's all Soho.
Okay, makes
It's
a
all
little more
Soho
sense of like,
spots.
all right, got it. Right, so you're like, all right, fine, let's try this fucking gospel place.
So we turn the corner to go to Gospel.
Yeah.
And Gospel, there's lights outside, and it's one of these like grand steps up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where it's like 5 or 6 steps up. Lots of rope.
Yeah.
Lots of red rope. There's like probably 50 people waiting outside trying to get in. They're like, not tonight, not tonight, not tonight.
Yeah.
This big 6'8", like 300-pound dude comes up to Charlie. He's like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" Comes up to me. He's like, "What's
Yeah.
up, man? Your buddies with Charlie?" I go, "Yeah." So he walks us over
Wow.
to the door guy.
Oh, my God.
He goes,
Right, so this is a security guy.
this is a
isn't the-
security guy that Charlie
Right.
knows.
You got another door guy now.
We have another door guy.
Yeah.
And he goes, "These two are getting in." And the
Yeah.
guy looks at us. He goes, "They're not getting in." And the security guy goes, "No, they're getting in."
So now you got a security guy.
And
on
he
your
goes, "I
side.
can't tonight." And the security guy goes, "Bro, you got to get him in." So the
Oh,
security guy goes
my.
to his other security guy, lift the rope.
Yeah.
So we go into another roped area, and the bouncer comes, or the door guy comes
Yeah.
up, and he goes, Do you have anything underneath that?"
Like, oh, because you're wearing that sweatshirt.
But I didn't know.
Well,
that
you
he
didn't
was-
know you were gonna end up at fucking gospel.
I didn't know. No. I didn't know he was referencing the sweatshirt. I thought he meant like, "Do I have any weapons?" So I go like this, dude. I lift up my hoodie and shirt and just show my bare chest. I go.
Oh my
He looks at the bouncer. He looks back at me. He kind
The
of looks
only
at the bouncer
boneheaded
like,
move you could
"These two idiots are who
Yeah.
we're letting in." So he looks at me. He goes, "We don't let sweatshirts in. Next time you come,
Right.
don't be wearing a sweatshirt."
And you immediately were like, oh.
I go, "Sorry, man."
Right.
He goes, "All right, get in."
Oh my God, dude.
So now the bouncer brings us into
believe-
Gospel. It's just this like Burning Man looking spot, just like jungle.
And now, yeah, you were supposed to be getting a drink. Now
And
you're
now
like in
this
like
is a heat, just all all tens, dude.
yeah.
There's
dude.
like dancers on stage. There's like dancers in these pylons. There's a DJ. All of the bartenders have not sombreros, but like nice
Yeah,
cowboy,
like nice
like
hats.
Pharrell hats
right.
and ponchos. And so
This is
the bouncer
crazy.
brings us over to the bar. He goes, "These two, whatever they want."
Wow. Man, your buddy really does have some pull.
He's got a
That's-
lot of
that's
pull.
actually-
A cool spot, yeah.
That's actually a pretty funny end to the story, like or a reality to his situation.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
actually does have pull.
No, he could have gotten into the disco thing. Was weird. I think Mulberry he could have gotten us into.
But like
Box
you're
he
hearing
couldn't
this-
have gotten us
right,
into that
right.
night. He has pulls certain nights at the box, but
He's definitely got some pull though. Like, and that's funny. Like to hear him say those things. Like,
and now I'm the guy. Here's the thing: I'm the guy with the hoodie on, where no one else is allowed hoodies.
Yeah. So
And
now
I'm
people,
6'7", and people are like, "Oh, this guy is top G."
yeah, or like definitively a DJ, something, right? You can't. They were probably
He's
like,
he's not one of us.
yeah, like maybe he's got $1 billion in the bank. Maybe he's an audio mixer. You're some kind of
Yeah, yeah.
weird.
Yes, something. So we go down.
Something.
We go down, and there's just we go downstairs into the like DJ dance floor type place,
Yeah.
and it's just
Just
trance, thick
Yeah.
fog,
sweat. Yeah, people
weird, like
everywhere.
dancers, hot chicks, douchebags.
Crazy. This
And
is wild.
And so I'm just like kind of like me and him are talking, dancing.
Yeah.
And
You're
here's the thing
dancing.
about going out with a buddy with a girlfriend is that like I feel weird. I feel weird
Yeah.
hitting on girls in front of anyone.
Yeah.
And then also there's the thing where
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm here to hang out with them, you know.
Yes.
But then in the back of my head I go, I think the guys with girlfriends enjoy watching their buddies hit on girls. I think they enjoy it a little bit.
4,000%. I ran into Stevens the other day. I'm just gonna give a shout out, and I said to him, we were in the coffee place, and I said to him, no, this I've gone out with this girl before, and he was like, as soon as I said it, he was like, oh no way, you're gonna talk to this chica, and he was like egging me on, and then I did, like of course I went up to her and started talking to her and spat, and like he was like, you better confirm that date, and I was like, I was like, all right, let me go confirm. Yeah,
They
I think
love it, dude.
they love it, dude.
They love it. So
He was pumping you up. He was going, "Hey, Miller, get in."
He wasn't saying anything because I know he knows that I get fucking nervous and shit like that. So this like he goes to get a drink and I go, this is when I'm gonna pounce. So when he's coming back, I'm talking to two chicas.
Yeah.
This tall girl and a short girl. The
Yeah.
tall girl gives me a look, and I look at the short girl. I go, I'd love to switch heights with you. And she starts laughing. She goes, hi, you know. And then we're talking, and I start making fun of her dance moves.
Yeah.
This move, you know.
Yeah, that's good. So it's good vibes.
Good vibes, and then they leave. The tall girl wasn't happy that I wasn't giving her that much attention. I was giving
Right.
the girl, so she goes, "Let's go over here."
Wow.
So they leave, and then right when they leave, Charlie comes up with
Yeah.
a drink, and I'm like, "Fuck! I just had
Yeah.
these two chicks."
It was just going on.
Yeah, but dude, it was fun, and you just like there's a good blend of like that place isn't my. I love going there once. Like me and Charlie went to the box.
Yeah.
8 months ago, that was a
Well, the
blast.
box
It's
is just
weird.
wild.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
I can't do that every weekend, but once every like 4 or 5 months, just have
Yeah.
a night where you're like going to some weird.
Yeah. And it's fun because like it's different and there's like a lot of it's almost like there's like this side of the city and people that you probably just wouldn't really see any other way.
Right.
Like you're not going to know who those people are in real life.
Right.
It's a very particular kind of thing.
Yeah.
The box or gospel or some of these like yeah.
It was just.
Oh my God. Not Tonight is like, that's so funny. Like, that's the name of some, like, Not Tonight is so perfect. The underworld of like,
Kind of like swinger in a way.
yes, like,
It's not specifically, but then
Yeah.
from bar to bar and being like that'd be a good movie where it's
Yes.
Not Tonight, and they just. It's really just the dialogue amongst the friends in between.
Yes,
bars, and it
yes.
just keeps getting denied.
yeah. And the one guy who actually knows the places and has some pull.
Yeah.
That's what's interesting is the one guy who's like, all right, let's go here. Let's try here.
Why don't we write a fucking movie, dude?
We do, well, you, because they take a long ass time. And when
No,
put,
they don't, dude.
although I did just write another one myself. I wrote a,
Weekend lock-in.
yeah,
We could do 12 hours Saturday, 12 hours Sunday.
that's a fact.
Bust it out.
That's a fact.
Chat GPT.
Not tonight.
What's the other one?
Oh, I just wrote a one myself. Myself, it's like a super dark comedy about an angel or a guy. It's this guy who's in a coma, who has a savior complex. So he has to learn how not to try to save everyone. But he's an angel. So of course he's going to want to save people. So it's just like, yeah, it's a nice little character piece.
Have you finished the Lion Tamer?
Yeah, well those are in the hopper. The Projector, the Lion Tamer.
Is that it?
Retest.
Retest.
Yeah. Not Tonight.
Next time you guys tune in, Hardy will have been on the date with this chick.
Oh, I'll have an update
and I will have talked to
I'll have
14 people.
Yeah. I'll certainly have an update about yeah.
All right.
All right, peeps. Later.